el Torres es incómodo porque miras hacia arriba todo el rato. Piensa que podría ser peor. Imagínate estar al lado de este reportero y eso que Sorloth mide 1,95 m. Pero podría ser peor. Podría ser Ángel Correa y encima tener al lado a Jiménez.
Fam, listen, everybody looks small to you, man. Shut up. I mean, if I was standing next to you, I'd probably be like that guy, man. I can't believe you're going viral for your height. Like, this is unfair, man. This is unfair. I need to go do something about my height, man.
We'll put you on one of those little boxes.
No, at least. Well, they need to be putting you on some kind of box too. I'm saying it needs to be equal.
I go on my knees next time.
Like, they're not even asking you about...
Whoa.
Welcome to the Sporty Show. I'm Sara. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was Alex on El Día Después. Getting some acknowledgement for his height, as Clinton always says. He is the tallest man in Madrid. But make no mistake, even I'm taller than Angel Correa.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, guys, let me introduce to you the one and only KlintonCod.
All right, guys, let me introduce to you the one and only Alex Ashmore. Quickest introduction, let's do it.
We have one more with us. Gary is back, joining us all the way from Accra.
Woo!
Are you home? You've been on a world tour, my friend.
Like he's not been anywhere.
He's been on
Keeping
a
his
world
cool.
tour.
How are you guys?
Well, we are good, mate. I mean, you've escaped the bad weather here. Here you were shivering.
Oh, really?
Gary was wearing jackets in the bathroom, like, yeah, I know. Now he's looking all smart and happy again. I knew it was the cold that was the problem. I knew it.
And then he had to go to London for a couple days, which is miles worse than Madrid.
Yeah, absolutely.
London is crazy, man.
Was it cold? I heard it was cold.
Yeah. But we are all back on this show, and today it's warm, isn't it? Because we have news from Liverpool and Real Madrid.
Liverpool. And what? Sorry, Liverpool and who?
He's trying to think.
On Real Madrid.
On Real Madrid.
Real Madrid.
I mean, I thought you were going to say on Real Madrid.
I think you both can do better than that.
Well, we'll give them a moment to think about it.
Definitely.
Here's what's coming up, guys. This week on Sporty TV, we have a lot of football. Starting tomorrow, it will be... Oh, it's the wrong graphic. No, you guys gave me it in the wrong order. It should be Friday first. Where's Al Nasser? I realized they put it in the wrong order, and now here we are. Oh, I'll wait.
Saturday 30th, Saturday 30th.
Yeah, there should be a Friday. Friday, we have Al Nasser. We have Sheffield taking on Sunderland. There we go, guys. We have 2024 PFL. We also have Estudiantes taking on River in the J-League now on Saturday. We have Kashiwa versus Vissel Kobe. Back to the EFL Championship. Watford versus QPR, excuse me. The English Premier League match of the weekend is Brentford and Leicester. And over in the Bundesliga, it's Der Klassiker here on Sporty TV. Bayern Munich taking on Borussia Dortmund at Signal Iduna. On Sunday in the Serie A, we have Torino taking on Napoli. We also have OFI versus Olympiacos in the Greek Super League. Union versus Antwerp, and La Liga. Real Sociedad and Geraldo Becker are back in action on Sporty TV against Real Betis. Lots and lots of football coming up this weekend, but here's what's coming up on today's program.
We kick off today's Sporty Show by looking back at all the drama surrounding Liverpool's big win over Real Madrid in the Champions League last night. We then look towards Premier League action, and more specifically the big game of the weekend, as out-of-form Manchester City head to Anfield to take on Liverpool. And we also look at all the action from around the top European leagues, as we pay special attention to their Klassiker, with Borussia Dortmund and Bayern Munich facing off live on Sporty TV on Saturday.
Yes, guys, it was a busy day yesterday and a busy week in the Champions League. Did you know that Matchday 5 has broken the record for the most goals in a Champions League group stage or league stage week? 67 goals across 18 matches yesterday, guys. The most we've ever seen. And a lot of them did come from those Tuesday matches.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. But we had a lot of fun yesterday on our watch along. Gary, I don't know if you were able to catch it because you've been too busy traveling the world here. But take a look at what KlintonCod was up to yesterday while we were watching some football.
How many keepy uppers did Clinton do?
Look at that. Look at that.
Seven.
This is on camera.
9.
This is one with his hand as well. What do you mean with his hand? Like,
8,
bro.
then. 8 keepy uppers.
What do you want to? What?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
17. Like, what can I not do in life, man? What can I not do?
No,
I'm trying.
Thing is, I don't claim to be a skillful footballer.
Like all these little things that I expect people like Vinicius to take on players, like do things like.
You're going to break something, Clinton.
Yeah, he's no subs in Liverpool.
Yeah, no subs for Liverpool.
Then Nigeria.
Yeah, that was yesterday. Gary, did you enjoy that? What are your thoughts?
I'm sure he's looking at me like,
How old are you?
no, you're looking at me like, whoa, this is the guy I want to be when I grow up, man. Like, bro, if some of the players could do what I did there, yeah, you think we'll be sitting here, complaining about whatever it is they do on the pitch? No, you will be. Listen, I always say this to people, right? Making it in football is not by how good you are. Sometimes it's just luck. I know I am better than at least 50% of professional footballers on the pitch. This is not even cap. This is facts. Facts.
But you know something, Clinton, and something that I've always said, and I'm sure Sarah and Alex may, because you said 50%, so you're not part. But the worst professional footballer, right, who plays in, say, La Liga or the Premier League, the West, if we found the West, is miles better than the best amateur. The worst professional footballer is miles.
I actually don't believe that, I don't believe that.
Wait, I missed it.
No. Sorry, I don't know if Barry wants to say it again or you want me to
The
explain
worst
it to you.
professional footballer in the Premier League or La Liga is better than the best amateur footballer. Do you know what professionals need?
Yeah.
Listen,
sorry, I didn't hear what you said. Absolutely.
Gary, I think if there's anybody that would disagree with you, I'll be one of them.
The worst professional gymnast is miles better than the best amateur gymnast.
No,
and so on and so forth.
It depends on your definition of amateur. What's your amateur? Do you mean somebody who has not made it into the professional? Hold on. Do you mean somebody who has not made it professionally? Yeah,
part-time.
Sorry. So he just does it as it's like just something.
Yeah, part-time as a hobby.
Part-time.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I definitely disagree with that one. 100%. Fact. Like, come on, Gary. Let's be sincere with ourselves. Are you telling me that there are people, there are no bunch of crowds on the streets who play better football than the people who have made it professionally?
And
play 90 minutes and travel in hotels. And
I think what you're not taking into account is how difficult it is to be a professional athlete, especially football.
No, but you can but listen, Gary, yeah. When I'm talking about being better than a professional footballer, I'm talking about the tech. Like I'm talking about playing football. I'm not talking about what comes with playing football.
No, it's the whole package.
Yeah,
the whole package.
No, but listen.
You know what they have to go through? It's not about just playing 90 minutes. I mean, I can play 90 minutes if you give me 2 weeks to exercise.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I can play 90 minutes.
But
I'm talking about
people
season.
who can play football. I wasn't speaking about everything that comes behind being a professional footballer. I'm talking about just playing football on its own. That's what I'm speaking about.
You know what, guys?
Just the raw playing football.
Thank you. That's literally what I'm speaking about. Of course, there are some professional footballers who can run, let's say, even 2 hours. For example, I'm not faster than Mbappe, but it doesn't mean that when it comes to just playing football, obviously, Mbappe. I'm just using Mbappe as a stupid example, right? No, I know. But I'm just saying. When it comes to playing the ball itself, right? I'm telling you that there are boys on the street. If you go into a place called Onitsha in Nigeria now, there are boys who will bring out, put them on the pitch, and then when you bring some of the self-acclaimed professional Premier League players to play with them. I'm telling you, you will choose 10 of these guys from the street before you take 4 Premier League professionals. I'm telling you, listen.
Okay. Anyway, we've taken 10 minutes of Sarah's time. We've taken 10 minutes of Sarah's time. So, yeah.
I was letting you guys run with it. But you know what's crazy? Just like KlintonCod's football skills in Luton, I guess we'll never know. All right, let's move along. Champions League, Liverpool beat Real Madrid 2-0. The three of us watched it together. Gary, let's get your initial thoughts on that match really quickly.
Well, it gets worse for Don Carlo, doesn't it? And it gets better for Arne Slot. Like, is there anything Arne Slot cannot do? Oh, yes, I know. He can't give Mohamed Salah a new contract. That's all he can do.
Yeah.
But yeah, apart from that.
On top of
apart from that, I mean.
Alex, we saw Camavinga pick up an injury.
Yeah, no.
3 weeks, more or less, things going well. That's not what Real Madrid need right now.
No, definitely not. No, I think he was one of the standout players on the pitch last night for Real Madrid. I thought he was, he played really well. I thought he was, one of the key figures in that midfield. And for him to lose out, the next 2 or 3 weeks with injury is bad enough as it is. But then on top of that, with all the other injuries that Real Madrid have, it's, I guess, what would you say, adding insult to injury, rubbing salt in the wounds.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. And Clinton, your boy Mbappe, you were really unhappy to see that he didn't really perform well. But he was back on that left wing. What do you think went wrong?
First of all, I think, it's not just going to wake up one morning and start showing us who he is, especially having gone through just a couple of games of, the negative side of things. Obviously, he's not been performing to the level people expect him to. He's not been playing on his natural position for Real Madrid. He's not really been given the opportunity to express himself. And he's not just going to become that guy just within one game, especially when you're facing a team like Liverpool, who tend to be... Everybody knows Liverpool. They know that they've been the best, literally in European football as we speak. They are literally the only team that's not been beaten in the Champions League, right? So, and obviously in the Premier League, they've only been beaten once, I believe, by Nottingham Forest. So they are technically the best team in Europe right now. So Mbappe mounting that position for the first time, facing a very crazy team like Liverpool, I think it's too early to judge. The question here is this going to be constant? Is this going to be what it will be? Is it going to be a thing of, we'll put you to start on that left because Vinicius is not there, and when Vinicius comes back, we start toiling things around again. Like, these are the questions. I'm not going to fault him. Listen, Mbappe is a natural footballer. Mbappe is everybody knows what he's capable of. I'm going to be one of those guys that will not give up on Mbappe, just the same way I stood next to Marcus Rashford. These are people who I believe clearly they have the talent. The thing is there. They just need some kind of reactivation to become these guys we know them for. Like, we know Mbappe is very talented. We know Mbappe is very fast. We know he's very skillful. We know his technical abilities. We know his goal-scoring abilities. Like, if it's not happening right now, it doesn't mean it's not going to happen eventually. I know he's going to bounce back. They're going to find the fit for him, for that particular team. And trust me, when he bounces back, I know he's going to be unstoppable.
Yeah. Do you think he will be starting on the left this weekend when Real Madrid take on Getafe?
I mean, it depends. First of all, the first question is Getafe, they are probably one of those teams that I don't think they would kill themselves too much to want to win. They know the worst teams would win. How would I put it? So the worst form in a very good team like Real Madrid, there are still teams that they will still beat. The likes of, Leganes, that's we saw the other day. I don't think Getafe, I'm going to count them out. I think they are going to be one of those teams where I don't think they will be, getting very, scared or what's going to happen. No, Mbappe plays or he doesn't play, they're still going to win. In fact, if Mbappe and Vinicius don't play, Madrid will still win the game. Now, your question is if he's going to start from the left. I think it depends on Vinicius at the end of the day. Vinicius is going to be fit to play.
He's out.
I mean, he's out. So I don't see Mbappe playing anywhere else. I think this is the best time for us to see Mbappe warm up on that left wing and kind of like get to it. Yesterday was probably the wrong game for him to start it. He probably would have started it with a team like Getafe, because maybe he would have used that one to kind of like build his momentum. But he's just gone straight to face Liverpool, who are crazily, when you talk about defense, I think Liverpool, they have the best defense in the Premier League. You know, and I saw on social media after the game, people were kind of like trying to say Konate is. In fact, there's a rapper called Udumod Black in Nigeria who put up on his page to say Konate is actually the best defender in the world right now, which I believe a lot of people would tend to argue to say how, like, you know. But for me, I don't think he's the best, but he's one of the best. And that union between himself and Van Dijk, and then you now have that young boy called
Connor Bradley.
Connor Bradley, like joining them and becoming a beast on that game. Like, fam, you can't blame Mbappe, man. He just had the wrong game to start that left run. And, you know, I believe if they give him the opportunity to still be there, he's probably going to turn things around with Getafe. And it's going to be a good start for him to then, hopefully they don't, you know, Vinicius comes back and then they take him back to, you know, where he was before again. Sorry.
All right, well, Liverpool, like Clinton mentioned, one loss across all competitions, only to Nottingham Forest in early September, and one draw in all competitions to Arsenal. Now they take on Manchester City at Anfield. Gary, are you salivating for this one? Can you guys hear him?
We've lost him.
We've lost the sound.
Still on mute.
Actually,
he's so excited. He's broken.
I know.
I'm here. Sorry.
You're good. Okay. Start from the top.
Yeah. I'm salivating, waiting for it. I mean, what could go wrong? The sort of game you need a bit of popcorn, some juice, some drink, sit down, and just scream at the TV.
Yeah.
It'll be a good game.
Gary, with the way Liverpool have been playing under onslaught at Anfield especially, alongside the crisis that Manchester City are experiencing, the stress that Pep Guardiola is undergoing, is there any chance for Manchester City on Sunday?
We might need a mental health specialist on call, a psychologist on call, and an emergency medical team on call to prevent a certain Pep Guardiola from harming himself further. I mean, seriously, I was alarmed. No, I mean, people thought it was funny, but I was alarmed. I don't think it's normal. Do you guys, like, come on, it's just a game. I mean, I understand the stakes are high, blah, 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 but you are one of the most successful managers in the history of this 100-year-old sport. You've been there, you've done that. You've lost a couple games. I mean, people have lost 10 games in a row and they are not dead. You know, like, it's just football. To actually admit that you are harming yourself and for us to see blood, you know, I was like, I mean, Pep, I mean, come on. Surely you don't think football is that deep. But anyway, I'm fully expecting Liverpool to add insult to injury, to borrow your expression. You know, and I'm expecting Liverpool to win. I'll be very surprised if Man City are able to come back from it, because looking at the form, looking at the players, heads are dropping in that Manchester City dressing room, and it's quite shocking because these are players who have mettle, they have experience, they have been there, they are battle hardened, they are tested. So why their heads are dropping, I don't know. You know, and anyway, yeah, I expect Liverpool to win.
Clinton.
Yep.
What do you think the lineup's going to be going into this one? Because we've seen Pep rotated a couple times. What, in your opinion, what do you think the strongest lineup with the available players would be for Pep right now, going to Anfield against Liverpool?
Listen, I feel like whatever he does, I don't think it would be the best thing to have Kevin De Bruyne starting from the bench, because through this, at this point, he should be fighting for his life. I feel like Pep Guardiola is like that guy whom they have put some kind of thick rope in his neck and they're just about to hit the chair for him to, you know, start lingering. Like, you know, somebody getting hung.
Jeez.
Sorry, go on. No, but it's true though. I mean, no, but that's, fam, somebody is literally... Graphic. No, but what do you mean? What's more graphic than him bringing out blood in front of millions of people watching him, though? Like, I'm just speaking. He brought out blood. Like, even the blood didn't come out by itself. He instructed blood to come out by cutting himself. Do you know how crazy that is, bro? So the truth is, I feel like now he has to come in full force. Yeah, bring out the best. You cannot afford to draw a game at this point. Like a draw is a loss for Manchester City. Like people are going to be making all these numbers and including all the draws as losses. You know, and this cannot be happening to a city like Manchester City. So for me, I would be advising that no matter what happens, forget about this whole, oh, he's still coming back from injury. Don't bring in Kevin De Bruyne when you are 3-0 down or when you are like struggling or when, don't bring the poor man into that kind of pressure. Yeah. Get him to start the game. Because right now, I feel like he's the only person who is available to make the magic happen. Kovacic is still not back, right? You know, so question is, who are, even the defense is not, like, there's a lot that's not working with Manchester City. Yeah. So now I think they need to do some kind of heavy team talk. You know, I know he's usually the guy that screams at them. He's very, animated. You know, when you see Pep Guardiola trying to speak to people, I'm sure even you're watching this stuff, you are scared. Like, he needs to speak to them. Like, let them understand that, yo, at this point, we cannot afford drawing a game. We have to win. So anyone who is available, who is good in Manchester City, should be playing. But he should not make the mistake. Because remember, before this last game, I told you guys, if Kevin De Bruyne is going to come in and he brings him, you know, when they are losing, that's exactly what would happen. And, I mean, hang on. Even this last game, no, they were in front when Kevin De Bruyne came.
3-0.
They were in front,
3 goals.
I mean, now, this is when Nigerians will say, water don't pass Gary. Yeah? That's the next phrase you guys need to learn. Water don't pass Gary. I think there's Pep Guardiola, man. You know, I think the players are there. If Kevin De Bruyne was there and they see come back 3-0, I think they need to do some kind of severe talking, you know, around how they are going to move on, you know, eventually, honestly. Yeah, it's very, I don't know.
Alex, what does Pep Guardiola need to do to win on Sunday? Not even draw, to win. I mean, do you even see it?
No.
Like, I saw your face just there. You just, it can't be. It cannot be. You don't think they stand a chance?
No. Not even, you know, yes, I give them 20% chance. That's about it. I think the way Liverpool have been playing this season, you know, you see what Liverpool have done to teams that have come to Anfield. It's, if it was at the Etihad, I maybe would have said a draw is a possibility, but the fact that it's at Anfield, Liverpool are playing so well. City are in a really bad run of form. They can't seem to win if they play for 4 hours consecutively against, you know, I think they wouldn't have got another goal. They might have got another goal against Feyenoord, but they very well could have also lost 4-3. So you look at the rut that City are in and I guess the purple patch that Liverpool are in, it's impossible to see it going any other way. But this is where football plays its tricks and, you know, the unexpected happens. So, yeah, we can't discount City completely. They've got, you know, one of the best squads in the world. You know, before, you know, 4 weeks ago, we were saying, yeah, City are still contenders for the title. I think we still are, but a lot less. But I really see this as an uphill challenge for Guardiola and City.
Well, let's take a look at what Orange Slot had to say post Real Madrid ahead of Manchester City.
So if you are number one in the Champions League and the league table, then it's true that when it comes to results, we have been, in the last 5 games, the best performing team. No, I don't think anyone in the last 8 or 9 years, or maybe even longer, would have said that City at home or away. The word easy never comes up to my mind if I think about City. Everybody's looking at their results, and I've seen them as well. But if you face them, and that's what we do, you analyze it, and then I've seen, so for example, against Brighton, they were 1-0 up, could have scored 2 or 3-0, didn't, and then got beaten 2-1 against Tottenham. They could have been, after 20 minutes, 2 or 3 goals up, weren't. And against Feyenoord, that has not happened many times. They were 3-0 up, completely dominated the game, and then all of a sudden, in the end, it was 3-3. So they are still a very, very, very good team.
I think what's concerning about City heading to Liverpool, and I don't know, tell me if you guys agree, is that we saw Manchester City play all right for the first time, I think, in a few games against Feyenoord. You know, until that 70th minute kind of area, they were okay. They were connecting more. They were able to score. We saw Holland get on the board. They looked like they had a little bit more in them. I'm not talking about, you know, City of last season in no regards, but there was something more going on with City for the first time in what felt like a long time. Whereas Liverpool, we saw them play not really good football. The front three were completely unnoticeable against Real Madrid and wiped the floor with them. And do you know what I'm trying to say? So now you have a City that could have nearly lost to Feyenoord, but they probably played the best football they have in like 6 or 7 weeks, going up against a Liverpool who looked like they were just having fun, kind of playing some, you know, Sunday league football against a Real Madrid.
For me, I think with that Manchester City football on that day, I wouldn't really say that they played the best they've played in weeks. The truth is, Feyenoord, I think they were just poor from the start, and they made it look like City were doing really good. And that's exactly the reason why when they came in the second half, Feyenoord felt like they had something had woken up in them. Maybe the manager did trigger something in them, and they came back and felt like, you know what, let's actually wake up, right? Because you're not waking up to the best team in England anymore. Yeah. You're waking up to a weak Manchester City. And you can't let a weak Manchester City win you with this crazy goal differences. Like, this is 3-0. Like, it takes extreme courage. It takes some level of determination to go into the locker room, know that you are down 3-0, and still come with the mentality of, I'm still going to try to either draw this game or win it. Like you said, if they give Manchester United, Feyenoord like an extra 10 minutes, they probably would have won the game, you know. And I would always come up with these example from what's happened in the FA Cup, was it semi-finals with Manchester United, Coventry, when they were 3-0 down. You know, these guys literally came back, three goals, and they still scored an extra one. This is Coventry. So it's to tell you that sometimes, you know, you're playing bad does not mean that your position team are playing so well. It's just because you're still sleeping, you're not woken up yet. And that's what Feyenoord did. Manchester City, whether we like it or not, they're still very weak. Because even, and when I say they are weak, they're extremely weak. Because even as of 2-3 seasons ago, Manchester City's weakness could still win some of the best in Europe.
Absolutely.
On a good day. Do you see it? So, I just think that them facing Liverpool is going to be... I already pity for Manchester City. I'm just going to give them some level of benefit of the doubt to say, okay, maybe if you guys, which usually happens, you will see Manchester United playing some kind of easy championship team and they're struggling. But when they face Chelsea, they face Arsenal, something wakes up in them. So that's what I'm hoping that would happen with Manchester City, you know, this weekend, where they are going to be like, all right, cool, this is Liverpool. You know, they've been the best, both in the Champions League and in the Premier League. You know, we need to now buckle up. We are not going to slip up. We are not going to be weak. We are going to literally play the game from the start till the finish. That is what I'm banking on for them this weekend.
All right. Gary, give us a score prediction here.
For which of the games?
Manchester City and Liverpool.
Of course. Just 2-0.
Just... You know it's bad when they say just 2-0. Just 2-0 for Liverpool.
Just 2-0.
Alex Ashmore?
I'm going to go for...
Oh, no!
I'm stuck here, you know. I'm going to go 3-1 Liverpool.
I thought you said 4.
Oh.
I thought you said 4.
No. 3-1
Oh, right.
3-1 Liverpool. Quickly, guys, on YouTube, drop your score predictions and we'll check them out too.
Oh, that's still 2-0. That's technically still 2-0, right?
Stop. 2-0 for Gary for Liverpool. 3-1 for Liverpool. Alex, is what you said?
Yeah, 3-1.
Clinton?
No, funny enough, I had Alexis scoreline. That's what I was going to say initially. But I think I'm going to go for 2-2.
Oh, a draw.
Yeah.
What's telling you a draw in this one?
I don't know. I'm just feeling like what will be happening on that day is everybody knows everybody knows Liverpool.
Yeah.
Right? That front three, they are pretty much very fast, and they're just going to be attacking. You know, even their midfielders are literally. I can tell you that I can count up 3 of their midfielders who can literally play as strikers if they need be. Like, these guys are really that good, right? And I just see Manchester City suffering on that day. And what they're going to be doing is a lot of them, the ball is just going to be literally played on the Manchester City half, and it's just going to be them defending, right? And every single opportunity they would have for counter, that's what they are probably going to dwell on to score goals. Like, he's just, listen, Haaland is going to be so quiet in that game. He's just going to be waiting for the balls to come. Kevin De Bruyne, who's meant to be doing the magic, right? He might be having issues actually being on the ball. Not to talk about
if he's on the pitch.
Well, like, if he's on the pitch, that's the next thing. And fact is, you don't really have, like, I can't pinpoint to you that there's any midfielder right now that can give the equivalent of what Kevin De Bruyne and Rodri partnership would bring for Manchester City. It's not going to happen. So I mean, do I even see Haaland battling Konate and Van Dijk? Like, yes, I understand that he can be tough. He's massive. He can do whatever. But these two guys are also tough. Like, these are, to me, these are the toughest. I would rather face a Saliba and Gabriel than facing a Konate versus Van Dijk. Like, these two are... I mean, look at some of the memes that were coming out from yesterday's match. One of them actually said, like, obviously, you know the memes, they put Van Dijk's face. Said, you know, he had to pass the ball to Mbappe when he was bored, and he went and took it back. Like, these are solid guys, and then now you now have Conor Bradley joining them. Like, listen, Man City will suffer, right? And like I said, it's going to be one of those opportunities where it's either going to be maybe one penalty for Manchester City, and they are not going to miss it this time. It's going to be a goal, and maybe some miracle goal for maybe Bernardo Silva or something. Like, it's just one of those things, and they might be lucky they would end up drawing the game. Somebody is saying that Konate has injury.
Konate and Conor Bradley are not 100% for City. We still have a couple of days too.
It's a good job they have, what's his name, that English lad? Oh, Trent. Come in. That's not a bad replacement, eh?
Trent's going to Real Madrid. That's why he didn't
Makinde is going to piss me off. You know what he's saying now, right? You know, anytime I speak about Real Madrid, everyone is like, you hate Madrid. I'm genuinely happy for Real Madrid. I'm trying to see my team.
The big one.
And my man is saying, yeah, it's because...
He's had a rough night. Leave him alone. He's had a rough night. All right. Well, Liverpool and City may be the match of the weekend in England, but let's head over to Germany because we have Der Klassiker on Sporty TV. And joining us all the way from Germany is Leon Karash of DAZN Deutschland. Leon, my friend, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. How are you?
I'm very well. A pleasure to have you here. A big weekend ahead. We're heading to Signal Iduna. Are you excited?
I'm not there, but I am excited, yeah.
Mentally, spiritually, maybe.
Mentally, I will be there, yeah.
I was speaking to my co-host here, Clinton, about you, Leon, because even though we will be previewing Der Klassiker, I told him that you are the die-hard Bayer Leverkusen fan. And he actually did an interview with Victor Boniface.
Yeah, Leon, talk to me. How do you rate, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate Victor Boniface to me?
10.
Okay, I mean, okay, no, I'm definitely sending him this video.
I love him.
Sorry?
I love him. He's such a great player type. He's technical, he's physical, and, well, he can be a bit better in front of goal. But he's still young, so he can learn.
Okay, I mean, for you saying that he's a bit better in front of him, I'm not going to send him the video again because yeah, I don't think that's the one he probably wants to hear now. I mean, it was going all sweet. I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely sending him the video, sending it. Oh no, yeah, stop recording.
You can cut before.
Cut it before. All right, let us talk though about Der Klassiker. Leon, obviously Bayern Munich in first place, but Borussia Dortmund are in 5th. But this game is never easy, and we know what Signal Iduna can do to the opponent. The yellow wall is notorious across all of football. Will Vincent Kompany's lack of experience play a role in this match, do you think?
It's difficult to say because Dortmund really showed two faces the entire season. They haven't lost one game this season at home. Doesn't matter the competition, they haven't lost one game, they won it all. And, well, Bayern is Bayern, and Bayern plays like Bayern again. And It's so hard to say because, as you said, the yellow wall, the Westfalenstadion, as we say in Germany, not Signal Iduna Park, but Westfalenstadion, is a fortress. But I think Bayern will give Dortmund their first loss this season. I think so.
Now, guys, we watched the Champions League match all together of Bayern taking on PSG, and they only beat them 1-0. Mind you, Ousmane Dembele was sent off around the 70th minute, so they were up a man for quite a bit of time, but that almost seemed like their worst section of the game, Alex, because PSG were pressing. But Bayern didn't look convincing in this match at all, and that's a little concerning if you're a Bayern Munich fan, because PSG were also not good whatsoever.
No, I think PSG were there for the killing, and I think a more clinical team would have beaten PSG 3 or 4-0 that night. And, you know, we mentioned there the fact that obviously the yellow wall, the Dortmund home crowd is almost like a 12th man. Bayern, you know, they've been pretty decent away from home this season. They haven't lost, but out of the 7 goals they've conceded this season, 6 of them have been away from home. So it is a case of, you know, this will be a big learning curve for Vincent Kompany, win, lose or draw. I think he's still yet to prove himself. Like we've all said, you know, this is a big step up from Burnley. There are, you know, many different, you know, responsibilities that he has now that he wouldn't have had at Burnley, and the pressure on him. So, to be honest, I can see it going either way, but I want to lean towards a Borussia Dortmund win in this one.
Yeah, against you.
Harry Kane hat-trick, and then maybe Jamie Gittins to score 4.
Wow. Oh, the Englishman you are. Leon, do you see this one being a high-scoring affair? Because, I mean, you're leaning towards Bayern, and is that also because Bayern in Bundesliga have 14 more goals than Dortmund? They've also conceded less than half.
Yeah, as I said, I think it's going to come down to what phase Dortmund will show. If they show their away phase, except for the Zagreb game, Bayern will win like 4-0. If they show their home phase, it's gonna be like it's gonna be so close. And I'm not leaning now to Dortmund, but I'm still at Bayern. But it's gonna be close. I don't think, regardless what I say, it's gonna go the other way, because I don't think it's gonna be a high scoring game. I think like 2-1. But now it's going to be a 4-3, so yeah.
No, I don't actually think it's going to be 4-3. Wishful thinking.
We could all hope for some exciting football. Gary, what do you think about this one?
Well, all the analysis has been done, and I do agree with Leon, basically on which Dortmund, which is why I don't trust Dortmund. Good. You know, I was looking for the right choice. This is exactly what I want to say. I don't trust Dortmund. I don't trust them because of what they did last season, 2 seasons ago. Like, when you expect Dortmund to do anything remotely serious, they get unstuck. That's why I don't trust them. And that's why I'm giving Bayern the win.
But that being said, Gary, I know they could have broken hearts across the world with that Champions League campaign, but no one thought they were going to get there in the first place. The fact that they made that run in general was incredible.
In the league.
Well, the league was for Lyon's Leverkusen, and there was no questioning that. But Dortmund's Champions League run last season was unpredictable.
No, Leon, 2 seasons ago, you remember? When they almost...
I remember very good.
Yeah, Jude Bellingham still has nightmares about that one.
But that's Dortmund. That's Dortmund for you.
Clinton, Dortmund, Bayern, are you leaning one way or another?
I am leaning one way. I mean, you know my life. I always like going one. I mean,
what?
It's one way, ahead, man. Bayern Munich taking the win for this one.
Even after that game against PSG, which was lackluster.
No, I understand. Like, I mean, it's very normal. Sometimes you see teams that you would expect to give some level of performance, and because they are facing some other big team or some self-acclaimed big teams, they tend to kind of like give you the opposite of what you would expect. But now, I think when it comes to league football, it's different from when it's Champions League. I've said it so many times on the show. You could see the attitude of players when they are having these I mean, we said it yesterday as well. Like, look at Juve, for example. Like, in their own league, I understand that maybe this season they are doing quite well, right? But coming into the Champions League, we were saying that, are they going to be able to compete compared to this is, and then I did make a statement. I said, no, this is Champions League, and football is different. The team that you think would not be able to perform here are probably going to take down the craziest of teams. Today, who are we celebrating? We are celebrating Feyenoord over a draw over Manchester City. Why? Because we would have expected Manchester City to crush them just like they did in the first half, but then it just went south. So for me, I feel like now this is now the Bundesliga, and you know, this is the time for Bayern to go back to being Bayern Munich again. That was PSG's past. Like, this is now their league football. They will do what they do best. And this season, they've been quite, I mean, they've been there, you know, like they are strong, they are good. You know, they have the players, they have everything to literally give you a classic team for Europe. I'm quite surprised that today we are celebrating Liverpool. I would have been thinking that Bayern and, you know, the likes of Real Madrid would have been that team that we'll be speaking about today. But no, it obviously is Liverpool. They are the best, obviously. But no, with this one, Sara, I don't see Bayern sleeping. If there's any team that will be sleeping us here, it's definitely Dortmund. I think, I mean, that's what the spirits, you know, my spirits.
The spirits, they're talking to you.
When the spirit speaks to me, I know. It's very verified. Everybody knows that one. Leon, I mean, whenever you think you want to do something that has to do with your money and football teams, I'm the guy to speak to.
No.
Don't listen to him, Leon.
I remember that, yeah.
Leon, who do you think some standout footballers will be for Dortmund on the day? Because it seems like the majority here is leaning towards Bayern, but could there be a game changer in, you know, whether it's Sabitzer or Brand or Serhej Guirassy?
Well, Dortmund had quite a bit of injury. What's the opposite of luck?
Bad luck?
In German, it's Pech. Bad luck, yeah, injury, bad luck. Bad luck with injuries. So they're coming back slowly, but obviously not at 100%. Jamie Gittens always could be a game changer, but for sure Bayern has more players like that who can make a change, who can really make it their game. And for Dortmund, maybe Adeyemi, maybe, but Jamie Gittens should be the one who should take the ball and do something with it. Maybe Guirassy as well, but yeah.
All right, can you give me your score prediction for this match?
2-1 Bayern.
2-1 Bayern. Who's scoring for Bayern?
Harry Kane twice.
Harry Kane twice.
He's on a roll.
Wow.
That's it. Gary, give
Twice
me a score prediction.
Sorry, I want to ask.
Oh,
sorry, Leon. I mean, what's your country of origin? Sorry.
My what?
Oh, right. Okay. No. Sorry. I think Sara just gave me the answer. I'm quite surprised with the answer you gave with regards to Harry Kane. I mean, obviously, if he came from this tall man here, he's very understandable. But you must be a very huge Harry Kane fan to give him the 2 goals.
No, I'm trying to be factual here.
Factual?
2 penalties.
Wow.
Two penalties.
Oh, 2 penalties.
Harry Kane
Okay, makes sense. End it there. Let's not go. You see, this is the time where I can go on with the camera, not cutting off the camera. You can, okay, 2 penalties. Fair enough. You see how much you believe in Harry Kane?
Still scoring 2 goals.
Penalties. No, penalties.
Gary, give me a score prediction for this one, please.
3-1. 3-1 Bayern.
Harry Kane as well?
I mean, he's going by my stuff, obviously.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I said.
He will score 1. Yeah, he will definitely be on the score sheet, but yeah.
No, I feel like at this point, Harry Kane is almost like Lewandowski. They would always score. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, somehow, the goals, they will find it.
Don't compare Lewandowski to Harry Kane.
I mean, I'm sorry, but what's the difference between the both of them?
But what's the difference? No, Sarah, serious question.
For real.
Why can't we compare the two?
Wait, Leon, what did you say?
No, listen, remember, I structured the question. The question. I said, as at now, let's say in this season, forget about the trophies, okay?
No, Leon. I didn't want to talk about trophies.
No.
I wanted to talk about,
That's criminal.
Just scoring a hatful of goals. I wanted to say foot, but, it's on TV, so I can't say goal of goals. You know what I'm saying? But I was talking about the difference between Lewandowski and Harry Kane in terms of just the insane amount of goals they've scored, and they score every season. That's what I meant. Not trophies, obviously.
Just stop. I think it's also longevity. We can't really speak on that yet because, Harry Kane's what, 26? Lewandowski's what, 36?
I mean,
I don't know
funny
how
enough,
old Harry Kane is.
No,
but
I see.
Harry Kane's 31.
31 and he's 36.
I
Like
see.
it's still.
I
sorry.
see Harry Kane. I see Harry Kane playing well, even to like that same 36.
Oh,
37. I mean, I feel like he has it in him.
Yeah, he has.
Because if you notice Harry Kane and the best football players, if you guys notice, if you look at football history, and you will notice that the best, they usually have issues with injury. Can I tell you some crazy facts about football that I've noticed though?
No.
Right?
Moving on. No,
There we
what
go.
were you going to tell me? What were you going to tell me?
Now, for me, I feel like the best players are not extremely prone to injuries. If you are prone to injuries and you're always injured, I feel like you've not gotten to that God level of football. Because
Ronaldo Nazario.
yes, I'm not counting. Neymar is not there to me.
Wait, what did you say, Leon?
Sorry?
Ronaldo.
The original Ronaldo is
R9.
R9.
Fenomeno.
R9.
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly the same reason why the current Ronaldo is still seen as a greatest.
No, but he's saying R9 was constant. Like he had to stop playing because he picked up such a bad injury.
So that's what I'm
But
telling
he's
you.
considered one of the great He's probably the best striker of all time.
No, listen. No, wait. Are you telling me now, that if we bring this current Ronaldo, I'll call him Ronaldo Jr. for some reason. I don't know
Cristiano.
why. Cristiano Ronaldo.
R7.
No, wait. If we take R7 and R9. Hang on. If we bring R7 and R9 and get people to vote to say who is the greatest among these two, who do you think is going to win that poll?
R7 is going to win because a lot of the people who will vote were not alive to see R9.
He's
and
polarizing.
every week they didn't have statistics. Recency bias is going to play a role.
Okay.
But if you actually saw R9 properly,
yeah.
Cristiano.
No, listen, I agree.
Very good.
Listen, I totally agree with you. And this is where I was going to go with my explanation, right? The reason why I would still put the current Ronaldo as a beast, is for me, it's not just the same way you guys mentioned. Sometimes it's not just about the football, It's about the longevity to you. And longevity doesn't just come by you going to buy it. It's how you've treated your body. It's how you've treated yourself, okay? Look at Lionel Messi. He's the best player that have walked on earth. Now, why does he not get as many injuries like the likes of Neymar and the rest of all these people who are always like down injured?
Yeah, because being able to be consistent is part of it.
Well, exactly. So this is the reason why for me, an all-time, or will I say an all-rounder footballer. I'm talking about if I want to put people to my greatest. I'm also looking at what have you done to put yourself in that position where you are so injury prone. There are some players that they could hold the ball. The way they hold it, they are also calculating how to avoid injuries at the same time. Whereas some of them are just thinking about.
Sometimes it's not their fault, man.
Listen. Of course, there are billions. There are billions of injuries out there. Right? Really? Of course, there are some of them that are either their fault or some of them is not their fault. Somebody like Rafael Leao, for example, if he's getting injuries, I will tell you it's only because he loves diving, right? He probably wants to cause injury for himself. But I'm telling you, there are also players, there are players who, when they play, you see they are trying to bring them down, but they are still trying to keep up, right? There are also people who you just maybe give them some little food. They go on the ground and probably sustain an injury that's greater than when they were even kicked. Does that make sense?
No, but
right?
R9 is not in that category, Clinton.
No.
I need to stand for Fenomeno here.
Sorry?
R9 is in... Look, R9, he never went down unless you literally felt... Guys, Leon, come on. Alex.
Leon, come on.
Sarah. Back me up. Back me up here. R9 didn't go down unless you...
Let me tell you... Let me give you...
Actually, his second big injury was like self-inflicted.
Yeah.
Sorry. What did he say?
But his second big injury was self-inflicted. But
self-inflicted. Okay, well,
but it was because of the first one, yeah.
Well, exactly. So for me, right, I would say I would never ever rule out R9, the senior R9, right? And it's, because the truth is, he is still the best striker to me. Okay. He's still like up there. We cannot take it out of him. And mind you,
argument's done.
Football back in the days was quite different from now, though.
Yeah, it was, but I think we're like that's one of those questions where we'll never know.
Right?
Yeah,
of course,
how
absolutely.
they play versus here and now. Did I get your score prediction for the Klassiker? You said 3-1.
I said 3-1. Yeah.
3-1 for Bayern, and Alex, you said
2-2.
2-2. He's going for a draw. See, that's tasty. That's what I want to hear. Leon, before I let you go, give me a quick score prediction for your Bayer Leverkusen against Union Berlin this weekend.
Against Union Berlin, that's going to be a 3-0. We keep continuing.
Oh, Victor's not playing.
We keep continuing scoring.
Yeah.
3-0.
Victor, do you think Xabi Alonso is going to leave you at the end of this season?
Don't make him cry.
I hope not, and I actually think not. I think he will stay one more season, and I hope Wirtz will do the same.
By the way, guys, just before we move forward, somebody made a comment that almost summarizes everything I was trying to explain here. Prince Amedeu says, I'm going to choose R9 without injury as a striker over CR7. But if I need a consistent player, I'm going to choose Cristiano Ronaldo. That's literally what I'm trying to explain here.
But we were talking about strikers, were we not?
Sorry? Well, of course, both of them are strikers.
Yeah, but you're basing it off of one's consistency, one's like a striker. If we're just talking about strikers and their talent, then you would choose R9.
Based on their talent, I'll choose R9. Fact.
Okay.
Yeah, but we are speaking about, because that's why I said this is a whole package. Yeah? So if you had money and you're looking for a player who's going to have that longevity for your club, right? And you have one who's prone to injury and you have one who is good, who is as good, maybe not as good as the first one, but you know that this person is good. I mean, look at what's happening with Neymar now in Saudi.
I can't talk about it.
Well, exactly. So you see, now I'm telling you for free that these people, in as much as he has the talent, Neymar is one of the best footballers alive. Best footballers alive.
Natural ability.
Not exactly skillful. Like literally, my man is football, right? But people who are signing him now, do you think they either regret? I know they have too much money there. But let's say Neymar was in England, where maybe they are suffering to spew out this money that they want to use in getting him, and he's going through all this kind of injury. What do you think the board of directors or anyone who's making all these deals, what do you think they'll be thinking now? They just wasted cash. Why? Because one man is just prone to injuries. Like he literally goes out 1 year, comes back, plays 2 games, and he goes back to where he's come from. It's almost like he's just enjoying free sunlight in Saudi, enjoying the camels, buying houses in Dubai and stuff with money that he's not having to work. Like, fam.
All right. Well, you guys can catch Der Klassiker here on Sporty TV, and that's on Saturday at 7:30 watts, 8:30 GMT, 6:30 watt. It's going to be on at 6:30 in Germany and Spain. So I do the math. Leon, it's been so lovely talking to you. We went from talking Der Klassiker to Neymar and R9, and that's what you get when you come on the Sporty Show. But it's always a pleasure, and we hope to have you back very soon.
Thank you, Leon.
Thank you for having me.
Hasta luego, amigo.
Thanks.
See you.
Next time we'll talk about Mikhail Ballack. We'll talk about Mikhail Ballack when he was there and why he never won any trophy next time.
We can do this, yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Thank you, Leon. Take care. Nothing
Thank
like
you.
a Thursday show, guys, when there's just so much to talk about. Let's jump back from Germany to England, and let's talk about Manchester United. Ruben Amorim.
Are you sure you want to speak about them?
Arsenal.
Not today, Gary.
Arsenal.
Ruben Amorim and Manchester United are actually in action in almost 30 minutes time, playing Bodo Glimt in the Europa League, Alex. And then they will be playing this weekend. Everton. They're playing Everton.
I've got one eye on the Chelsea game as well. Chelsea are beating Heidenheim 1-0. But
with Disasi, your captain.
yes, I think it will be interesting to see how United fare this weekend. Obviously, the draw against Ipswich, not the result they would have wanted. I think, it will perhaps level expectations or lower expectations even, that it's not going to be plain sailing. Yes, Van Nistelrooy had that run of wins as manager, and they were playing nice, expansive football, but it almost felt like the shackles were off a little bit. Amorim's going to want to implement his own culture, his own tactics, his own style on this team. So it's going to take time. It's not going to be, they're not going to hit the ground running with, expansive 4-0, 5-0 wins. They're playing in the Premier League, toughest league in the world. Everton are fighting for survival. Sean Dyche is a manager who knows how to grind out results. So it'll be tough. And, United always have in the past had that sort of bogey team, and Everton has been one of those. So I think when you look at this game this weekend, it'll be a tough test for Amorim, and I think a good opportunity for him to prove himself in front of the Old Trafford crowd.
Clinton, this is the lineup that they're going to be starting against Bodø Glimt tonight, with Bayindir, their second-string keeper, Rashford, Xerxes, Eriksson, Diallo, Casemiro, Dalot, Heaton, Shaw, and Kobe Mainoo. Now, this is not their starting 11, we know that, but there are several of those players that I'm sure you expect to see playing against Everton on the weekend as well, no?
I mean, yeah, of course. Obviously, I would love to see Marcus Rashford every single time. Like I said, he's one of those players I believe in. He's got a talent. I know that there's something in him for, that we just need to see again. We've seen that spark in the past where he's shown us that he's capable of competing among the best in the world. So if I have Marcus Rashford there, I mean, I'm looking at a confirmed lineup just here with me. Right?
It's good to see Malacia back in the lineup, I think. I think it's good. He's obviously been one that Ruben Amorim's been using in training. I think we'll see a lot more of him this weekend, throughout the season.
I mean, and Sara mentioned Xerxes, which I don't think we have.
Sorry, I'd like to make an apology. I
think you've read out the substitutes.
I did read out the substitute. If you wanted to know who was on their bench, that's who. Clinton, can you read out the lineup for me, please?
Yeah, and obviously, so this is actually very scary because we don't have Marcus Rashford starting. So we have Garnacho starting from the left, obviously, Rasmus Højlund being the striker, Mason Mount starting on the right. Very, very, I'm sure maybe Amorim is trying to do some kind of experiment. And that's something I love in managers, though. This is probably an experiment for him to say, no, trying to see the best in all of these guys.
Did you see the interview he did, though, about when he was talking about Mason Mount?
No, not really.
He was asked.
Yes, I saw that. I was going to talk about that.
And he was saying, I love this kid. I really like him.
Yeah.
And I can see Mason Mount, obviously he's still got to prove himself.
He said he has a place in the team.
But
funny
I
enough,
think brilliant opportunity.
Do you know what the crazy thing is? I feel like just seeing this gesture, right? It's almost like Amorim has my level. He has my way of thinking as well. I've never underestimated Mason Mount. I was surprised that Chelsea let him go.
Yeah.
Right? Fact is, in Chelsea, he was part of those guys that made that team.
Won the Champions League.
Well, exactly. I've seen Mason Mount do crazy stuff. Yeah. So I was quite very shocked to see that he's not really shown that personality in Manchester. When I knew he was going to Manchester, you don't understand, I was one of the most happiest people on earth. I felt like, no, I love this guy in Chelsea, and if coming to Manchester United, this even like him, they are going to literally bring fire and brimstone on any team they are going to play. But, like we said, there are so many players that you would think they would perform a certain way. And also, guess who is on that starting lineup as well? Anthony and Mason Mount. Oh my God. No, okay, listen. Fact is, like I said,
better against Bodø Glimt than Everton.
No, well, exactly. Thank you. And this is an experimental game. This is what I'm thinking. And he just wants to see their capabilities. Maybe he's probably seen them in the training ground. They think that, okay, this person has the talent. He's doing so well. He's doing all the best thing I want them to do on the training ground. But let me use this little team they're going to play as some kind of test to see their abilities. So I'm happy to see Anthony. He needs that playing time. Okay, everybody's literally giving up on Anthony already. Like, people feel like
including yourself.
I mean, literally everyone. I don't think there's anyone who has faith in Anthony's wife or girlfriend does not even have faith in him. I'm sure if he sees Anthony on that starting lineup, he's going to send a text to him and be like, "Babe, wow, we've been praying for this." And then obviously you have Manuel Ugarte as well, Bruno Fernandes, Malacia also coming back. Like I said, this one definitely. What is it? Sarah. It's Sarah. Now you're making my laugh to laugh. Like, I laugh to be serious, man. I'm happy to see this experimental game that we would be seeing from Manchester United tonight. Obviously, we have Bruno Fernandes. I understand that people also are having issues with Bruno Fernandes, saying, okay, this guy used to be world-class, what is going on? But I still believe that in the right settings, the best is going to come out of these people. Like, we've seen them do it before. Malacia, I remember his first few games with Manchester United. There were so many pictures of him giving all this posture of everyone is going to die. Like, Manchester, we are back, and, everybody that comes through this line, we are going to crush their legs. This was the spirit, and all of a sudden, boom, it disappears. Going down to the defense, obviously, you have Mazraoui, you have Delete, and then you have Martinez. From that left back, obviously, Andrew Nana starting from goal. Now, like I said, this is an experiment, and it's what I love to see. As a coach, try to use every single opportunity you have to bring out the best in your players. And this is what I'm beginning to see in Amorim, which is what me as Clinton, I want to see people not wasting. There is something before Anthony left his club to come from Manchester United, he was something. They saw something in him. It just did not work for him with Manchester United. And this coach is saying, I know these guys are talented, and I'm going to bring out that talent in them. But I'm just going to use experimental games. This is one of the games that we're going to see.
So based on Manchester's result tonight and the way they play against Bodo Glimt, do you think that will change the potential lineup against Everton this weekend?
I mean, it's possible at the end of the day, because the truth is, and this is something I have with most coaches, right? You start somebody and you see that this person is giving you some level of performance that you're very proud of. And then when it comes to the next game, the person is starting from the bench, is not even playing at all. I feel like they need to be rewarding great performances with, next good performances.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Don't say, okay, let me say, for example, Rasmus Højlund is scored like a hat-trick today. And next week, we are seeing Zexi starting for Everton. No, I don't want to see that.
Reward consistency.
Yeah, I want to see consistency. I want to see this guy who is now on that role of scoring these goals. Maybe he might use that energy to go on to that next game and win it for you, right? If you say the next game you're changing him after giving you a hat-trick, what's going to happen then is the next time you're bringing him on to start, he's probably not going to give you that quality performance, because he knows that what's going to be the fruit of my labor.
Yeah.
You understand? So I usually don't understand why managers, you see somebody has performed to a high level of play, and then the next game the person is not even playing at all, or the person is coming from the bench and is only playing like 5 minutes of the game. It doesn't make sense to me. Do you see? So if say, for example, Anthony delivers a hat-trick today, which is very likely possible. Like, I don't see.
It's likely that Anthony.
It's very definitely impossible. No matter what. Even with Juju from Africa, nothing will happen with this one. But if it happens, I would love to see that consistency of him playing even more.
Yeah. Alex, we know Everton haven't been good this season. They only have 2 wins under their belt. They're 15th. But from the match that we saw against Ipswich for Manchester United, the biggest concern was the back. Now, it sounds like Lisandro Martinez has slid back into the lineup for tonight's match, which would be a massive plus for them over the weekend. But what do you think Amorim needs to do in order to beat Everton over the weekend, barring any major injuries or anything happening in this match tonight?
It's a tough one. I think, you've talked about how Everton have had a tough start to life in the Premier League, but they're still a strong side. They're able to turn out results when they play well, and I think Sean Dyche is a manager that has the know-how in these sort of situations to get away from the relegation zone in this case. But I was listening to Steve McManaman, and I think he put it very well, the fact that they've spent so much money on these players that I think it is just a case of time. And coming up against Everton, I don't think it should be a case of do whatever it takes to win against Everton. I think you have to start playing in the players that you want to use in 6 to 18 months' time. I think you have to start moulding the tactics and the culture now, because the longer you leave it, I think the more it's going to take to get that team playing good football. So Amorim will play his style, against Ipswich. It wasn't the result they wanted, but I think there are definitely positives that he'll take from that. I think at Old Trafford, they'll have the confidence. They get the 3 points tonight. That could be a really big boost going into the weekend. So, yeah, I think Amorim will know what he needs to do to get the result. And I think it's just about him implementing his style and his culture on the club as soon as possible. He's already doing it, but getting it right down to the T and getting the players into his mould.
Yeah. Gary, do you have faith in Amorim? Is he here to stay?
Yes, I do. Yes, he is.
Talk to me. Break it down.
I think he has the right mentality. I think that the club will do themselves a lot of good if they give this manager the opportunity to bring his ideas to life. And obviously, we're talking about it the last time. They won't give him the war chest that was given to Ten Hag. I don't see that happening, which means that they need to show more faith in him. Because if he is going to give players like Anthony the opportunity to prove themselves and they take it, that'll be great. If they don't take it, then they have to leave. And the club has to back him up on those decisions, because I'm thinking that the club is in the mental frame of mind of United right now is they'll only bring players in if they can sell somebody out. Okay? Which is why he's testing. He's not testing Anthony and Mason Mount because I love these guys. He's giving them the opportunity to show their worth, prove they deserve in the starting 11 once, twice, 3 times, and he tells the board, I tried, get him out. That's what he's going to do. Mason Mount, he's spoken glowingly about him. Alex said, he says he's one of his favorite players even before he came to the club. He's going to give him playing time. He's going to put him in a variety of positions on the right. We know how Mason Mount likes to thrive. What's his best position, right? Some have said as a 10, some have said as an 8. Some say, so he's going to give him the opportunity to show it. If he takes his chance, he stays in. He adds to the pool of players. Just like we saw with Enzo Maresca. Remember what he did? He gave it a few games. Then he gave us how many players? 21 or so, and said, Chelsea, you have 2,000 players. I need only these 21. Get everybody out of my face. And I think that's what Amorim is going to do. If he follows that template by Maresca, we are going to be here in 2 months and saying, yo, this guy knew exactly what he's doing. So I have faith that Amorim, the club should just stay with him, have confidence in him, and just trust the process. And I think he's going to be fine.
You know the funny thing, Sarah? I actually think that if I was the likes of, if I was Højlund, for example, if I was Anthony, or if I was Mason Mount, I think this game is almost like a test for them. I think that's what they are doing. They want to say, you know what, we need to start looking at players who are either going to be on loan, maybe from this next window in January, or the ones who are going to get at the club. And what Amorim is doing now is beginning to select who he wants. And if these players are not proven if they want to stay in Manchester United, I see what Gary is saying with Chelsea. They are all going to go. And that's literally going to be the start of a whole new Manchester United.
Could be good.
And which is what I believe every single Manchester United want to see. Now, if by the end of this evening, will go on Twitter and people are saying, doing memes with Anthony's face or Mason Mount or Rasmus Højlund or any of them, right? That it will literally be their scoreline. That's when they are saying, okay, maybe for them to be bashing me, just like Mbappe. Look at what's happened to Mbappe yesterday, right? If you were to score Mbappe's performance based off on social media, yeah, you probably give him a 2 over 10. Is that a pass mark? Definitely not. So these guys this evening have to be using this opportunity that they have. If it was any coach, I don't think we'll be seeing Anthony or even seeing Mason Mount or even Zexi, who's just coming to the club, who's not really impressed me at all. Like, there are people who will not be playing at all. So if I was them, I would literally be praying to God that my performance is probably going to be my best performance this season, because that's going to be the base of whether I'm going to be seeing games or if I'm even going to be in the club.
Prediction: Manchester, Everton on the weekend, barring any major injuries tonight. Quick one.
Manchester, Everton, I think that one is an easy 3-1.
For Manchester?
Yeah, for Manchester.
Okay.
And then this evening, I see a 4-0 lead for Manchester.
Ooh la la. Okay, Alex Ashmore, Manchester, Everton.
2-1 to United.
To United and Gary.
2-1 to United on Saturday. Tonight, the Manchester United win. I'm not sure what the score will be.
Fair enough. Manchester United all around. Well, I guess we'll have to see what happens this weekend. Guys, last Thursday I asked you, what game are you most excited for on the weekend? But I think I can assume it might be Liverpool and City. Is that the game of the weekend for everyone?
I think it is.
I mean, Aston Villa.
Stop.
I think it's definitely Liverpool and Manchester City, especially with everything that's happening with Manchester.
The drama
City.
surrounding
exactly.
it. Yeah.
Everybody wants to see what's going to happen this next game, and if I was Liverpool, I would try to humble them too, just so they continue dragging them.
Well, because we already know that, I'm going to give you guys a quick little career path, and then we'll send our viewers on our way. Please, Gary, and scream it if you know it. Name the player. I've played for Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, Bayern Munich again, Borussia Dortmund, and Roma.
Oh.
I'm currently playing. Scream it at me, viewers.
Bayern Munich.
Nice one.
Borussia
Producer
Dortmund.
just yelled it in the ear. Bayern Dortmund, Roma.
Maximals.
Hey, Alex Ashmore, there we go, in honor of Der Klassiker. All right, guys, great show. We've kind of been all around the map today. Gary, thank you so much for joining us. Coming up right after this, we have the Super League basketball with El Clásico, Real Madrid taking on Barcelona. And all of us will be back again on Monday, 7:30 in Madrid. I don't know when that will be for you, but please join us. Until then, as always, enjoy the football.
Titi. Ooh, that's so.